Hello YouTube, and welcome to Chef Lethal Plays Path of Exile slow walkthrough series. Surprise, surprise, I'm Chef Lethal. Let's get this thing started. Still feeling a little rough, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm here, and we're gonna do the dang thing. And when we last left off, we just began Act 2. I think we've looked at all of our upgrades that are possible right now, and we're gonna continue going eastward to up here. Now we have the crossroads, and from the crossroads, it's literally a crossroads. There are 3 different directions we can go. Let's see, so we can continue going up to here for the bandits. And I don't actually know what the other 2 directions are, so let's jump in and see what we got. Did you know you can change your key bindings in the options menu? It's good stuff. If you didn't know, now you know. Alright, so here we are. Got some more bad guys. Just gonna keep on doing what we do. I'm actually gonna follow the path this way and see what that gets us. Yeah, that's one great thing about Leap Slam. I was able to just leap up there instead of having to try to find the walkway. Amulet might be worth keeping. Or the Chamber of Sins. Don't know if we're supposed to be doing that yet.
The Eternal Empire was built by sickened minds.
Ready, exile?
Oh, hey, it's Einar.
This land is dying, but even a rotting carcass has its uses, yes? Then it is settled. We will make rotting carcasses and use them to produce the tools we will need to survive. But only the finest rotting carcasses will do.
Okay, so basically now Einar is going to follow us around. And he is part of a league mechanic, old league mechanic called the Bestiary. And basically, as we go through this area, we're going to see little yellow icons on the map, little yellow monster icons, and at least 1, maybe 2 red ones. And those are special monsters that when we kill and get them down to 0 health, he's going to capture them, and then later we can travel to our little side area called a menagerie, where basically we're collecting a zoo of animals, and there's like a whole complicated, or not really, not necessarily complicated, but it's an in-depth crafting system revolving around capturing these monsters. So we're not going to really get into it right now, but capturing the monsters is, well, it's kind of required right now, but it's also just kind of, it's just good to kind of stockpile them if we need to for future use, you know. Gonna level up added fire damage. And he also helps with DPS too, so he's gonna help blow, blow guys up, which is pretty nice. So there's our first yellow monster. There he is. Oops. And of course, like all other special monsters that we've encountered, they're going to have their own modifiers, their own special things that make our life miserable. So we captured it, a mutant Arak, and now that will have its own uses for crafting when we get to that point in our playthrough. Scale doublet 3 red sockets that are linked is pretty nice, but we don't really need it right now, so I'm going to keep on moving. I don't really see anything I did here. So here you can see I'm holding Alt, and I can see some items that dropped that didn't get captured by my loot filter because they're garbage. Find out what's over here. Dead end. Find out what's over here. Oh, we got two guys. Let's see if they'll aggro on my totem. Alright, we got that one too. Oh, the other monster's trying to sneak up. Came in. Alright, we got that one too. The spindle spider. I'm gonna check that one. Doesn't have the links on it that we want, but it has three blue, which we have orbs of fusing now, so we can gamble for the 3 links.
I cannot do this yet.
Nice level up there. Doorways are great, just in any, tactical situation to funnel your enemies. This is some good stuff happening right here. Getting lots of portal scrolls, which is really good. It's one thing you don't really want to leave town without is with a portal scroll, because then you run into the risk of having to leave loot on the ground that could either sell for good currency or just not something you want to do. I found the exit here, so I'm going to go down to the Chamber of Sins level 2. Okay, so we did need to do this. So here we have the Trials of Ascendancy. So we had one of these in one of the first episodes, and this is another puzzle side area that we need to do in order to get us closer to upgrading our character from a Marauder to a Juggernaut. And we just picked up a Jeweler's Orb, which is another incredible currency item. And I'll explain what the heck that is in a second after I kill this guy. It also has a pretty useful tooltip, so surprisingly enough. Right. So the Jeweler's Orb will reforge the number of sockets on an item. So if I hit these gloves with this Jeweler Orb, it could go to a 3, 4, 1. Every every one of these main items will have at least one socket. Rings, belt, amulet, generally speaking, don't have sockets. There are instances where they can, but generally speaking, they don't. Everything else is always going to have at least one socket on it. So the Jeweler's Orb means we can change the number of sockets and hopefully get something that we need. Every once in a while, I'm just putting down new flame walls. My totem died, so we put down my totem and some more flame walls. There's some good drops. I'll check that out. We've got some lightning situation here. That is awesome. Oh, I see why. Because we have all these... There's a shrine over here. Why is this? Oh, this will get us a chromatic orb. This is a brutal shrine. And this will give our hits knockback and increase our damage and capacity to stun people. So you can see our totem is going to start pushing people back. Be good. Actually, For our totem, it's not great because it's going to push him out of range. You kind of don't want that. But it's still good to have. Go. Alright, so here's the next trial of Ascendancy. Now again, it's important to not panic. We get introduced to these spinny blades. These can be leapt over or blinked over. When it hits the end, I can just do that and say sayonara to my minions. They just got chopped up. So I'm gonna run behind, and then when this kind comes, I'm gonna jump over it. Monsters like these mobs that we have to fight, they can get caught in the saws as well. They'll get damaged by it. That's pretty powerful. That sucks to be them. I'm gonna hit the switch. I don't know if all of these areas are the same. Why is this locked? Like, I don't know if you come up to it, if this is gonna be the same for you. Oops, I landed right on that. That's great. Great clicking, chef. Come on, man. Okay, I'm gonna just blink out of there. Jump over that one. It's also worth noting that you'll only have to do the trials once per league. Okay, so if I start up if I do all of the trials for this character and then start up a new character, I won't have to do them again. They're still going to be in the map if you want to do them, but you won't have to get the benefits of the Ascendancy.
There is a fine line between consideration and hesitation. The former is wisdom, the latter is fear.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to take my fire damage node here, 12%. That's quite a bit. I like it. And then consulting Path of Building, I'm going to end up coming back down to here and coming... My next main goal here is hit to barbarism. Barbarism. Barber. I don't cut hair.
I cannot do this yet.
So this teleports us to the beginning of the area. Good. And now we can either traverse all the way back through the Chamber of Sins, or we can take a shortcut. And I am a big fan of taking a shortcut right now. So I'm going to teleport back to home. And then I'm going to head down to the waypoint and go back to the crossroads. Alright. And now... the room for it. Let's take that. Let's see what's down here. Fell Shrine Ruins. If I'm not mistaken, there's another Trial of Ascendancy here. I might be wrong. It's been a while. It's been a few months since I've done this. Because you do have to do it at least once per league. So right now it's the middle of November 2023. And the current league is winding down. The next league is going to be announced tomorrow, actually. So by the time you're watching this, the new league will have already been announced. We'll already know what it is. And then information is going to be coming out more and more throughout the next weeks. But, yeah. You have to do it at least once in the league, and then when invariably... A lot of people will play multiple characters in the same league, so assuming that it's a good league mechanic, I'm already planning on doing at least 2, maybe 3 builds next league if I like them as I go along.
I will repay your gift.
So basically, I'm going to probably have like a build that I played a lot during Ancestors League that did a lot of damage with mines. And then I want to get another build that like primarily will be used to kill all the big bosses, and another one potentially that can do all of the end game content very, very, very fast. This depends on how my free time looks and how things start to go. So it's all up for TBD, to be determined. But that's what I'm planning on doing, and a lot of people do that. A lot of people will just play a bunch of builds and see what they like, because you may not like it. You may plan on playing something and you may not like it.
Ready, exile? It is time to hunt.
Okay, so we didn't finish Einar's mission in the last area, so he's back. And that's fine. We get extra monsters. He's here. We're gonna talk to him.
This land is done.
And yeah, so here's the other Trial of Ascendancy. I was right. Belshire Ruins coming in clutch. Eerie area here, I like it. I think I'm just gonna occasionally drop some flame walls and look for big monsters like this. There we go. Some stuff that leveled up that I can't level up because I don't have the stats for it. Oh no, we already have a red monster. The red monsters, if you could imagine, are harder than yellow monsters, a little bit beefier. They hit harder. So this one is a Grey Ripper the Rumbling. He's got lightning and shock resistant, physical resistant, and he's got 2 skills that he uses. Crushing Claws and Churning Claws. I'm sure each of them are just deadly as can be. And I look forward to getting rid of Rolling Magma. I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm trying to drop more walls and totems every once in a while just so they don't expire, and I'm just flame walling and rolling magma-ing. All right. So you can see we unlocked this recipe from beast crafting. We can create orbs of fusing. And superior blazing salvo. This is a great drop because if I'm not mistaken... Oh no, we use searing bond. Blazing salvo. I don't know, that's still a pretty good... It's a pretty good drop. Portal scroll I'll take. Now we're on the hunt for the Trial of Ascendancy. Alright, we're getting really close. I can see the skull icon on the map. And the book is usually a good indication that you're in the right direction. It does seem like if the totem is firing through multiple flame walls, it seems to stack damage. It could be confirmation bias. It could be, you know, whatever they call it, but it feels that way to me. Alright, let's look at the traps we have here. So this is a locked door where there's going to be a switch we have to get to. Okay, that hurt me a lot. You gotta remember, too, we have a lot of life regen. So, even if this stuff hurts a little bit, it's not going to be too bad. This door just opened. Some of these switches can be time release. Gotta watch out for that. Alright, so there's the exits through here. Sometimes you can kind of cheese So gate areas like that. Oh, let me let this thing. But you can see the track on the ground as well. These you can usually blink by if you have the blink skill. Hit the switch and blink through. Hit this door and start blowing these guys up.
Shine boldly, so that all may find you when the night falls.
Sure thing, buddy. Izaro is the kind of character that really likes to hear himself talk. And so this thing will tell you the acts that you need to go. So we did the one in Act 1. Act 2, this will help if you miss one and didn't realize it. The game won't let you do the ascendancy. So you won't know where it is. It'll just say unknown, but you'll know at least that you're missing one, and you could go to google.com and figure it out. Alright, so this is another situation where we can backtrack all the way back to outside, or we can just head back home. There's another trick that you can do is just logging out and then logging back in real quick. It'll save you a town portal. I didn't do that.
It will surprise you to learn that I am not popular.
Alright. Einar is great. So just real quick, we'll visit the menagerie just to show what it is. So this is a little side area we can travel to. And if we go in here to the blood altar, right now the only crafting recipe we have is to make orb of fusing. So we would need to select this character or this monster, and then actually I don't use this very often. Okay, so you just click in the box here, and then select. Right, so we would hit craft, and then what would happen is this monster, along with Grime Crusher, Marrow Maul, and Crimson Render, would all spawn in to this arena, and you'd have to kill them all at the same time. Our build is not ready for that, so I'm not going to show it. But now you can actually go into these extra little side areas, and as you collect monsters, they will be in these pens like a little zoo. And you can use movement skills and stuff here. It's just thankful. Alright, so right now it's not too impressive because we haven't collected anything. Oh, we've got one. We've got a sand spitter. There he is. So as you collect monsters, those pens will get filled up, and you can go say hi and wish them good luck in the fighting. Alright, so that's all there really is for this. We're not going to do any of the crafting. Gonna head back to town and spend this point we just earned. We still haven't actually completed any of the official... Wait, why did it take us back here? You select Act 2 and go to the forest encampment. I don't know why it took me to Act 1. That wasn't very nice. Alright, so there's nobody here that wants to talk to us. I'm going to hit the passive point, and I said that I need to get to barbarism. So we're going to get some life and elemental resistances. Nice. Nice. Still really hurting in the fire department. Ah, fire department. Get it? I'm hilarious. Grand life flask. This is good to have. Check it out in just a minute. Steering or blazing salvo. Interesting. Okay, so this scepter. Let me do this. And this is terrible. It just gives cold resistance. I am going to just vendor that. It's not worth looking at. I will check out the... So here's another thing. If I have multiple things that I want to identify, I can right-click on the identify scroll, or the wisdom scroll, and then hold shift, and then I can left-click on the ring, and then while still holding shift, you can see the little wisdom scroll on my cursor. I can now left-click on the amulet, and both of those things are... And I'll identify the belt too. Alright, so this belt is worse than what we have. This ring is worse than what we have. I don't even have to compare. I already know that's worse than what we have. And this amulet is actually pretty just bad in general. Rusted sword will get us a chromatic orb. And I don't need to identify any of this other stuff. We can sell it to Groost. Again, it does not matter who you sell it to. It will all be the same.
Going.
Alright. Okay. Cool. I like it. I like it. So let's call it here. Yeah. It's gonna be it for me today. I'm gonna thank you so much for watching. Goodness, stop clicking on Einar. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you're enjoying what you're watching so far. As usual, as always, of course, the relevant links are in the description below. I have it set that way by default, so if I was left to do it, I would definitely forget. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you next time.